Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Northern Ireland Women's Football Show with me, Janet McCabe. You might be thinking, what on earth is wrong with my voice? I'm really sorry, but I'm losing my voice, but we are going to power through. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Maddy Brant from Larne and Ellen McCartney from Camlough. Thank you both for joining me today. Maddy, firstly, welcome to Northern Ireland. How have you been enjoying it so far?
I've loved it so far. The girls at Larne have been really welcoming. They've been very accepting of the fact that me and 3 other teammates from America are coming in on a short-term basis, trying to help the team out, but loved it so far. I've done some sightseeing around Belfast, around Larne, and loved it so far, yeah.
You were over in America for 5 years. I'm sure it was a bit of a culture shock coming back and then moving to Belfast for the games.
Yeah, obviously going from England to America, there was a bit of a culture shock there. It took me a lot to get used to, but then obviously there's another culture shock coming back from America, because I got used to living there for 5 years. Picked up some American lingo along the way that I didn't necessarily mean to, but I guess it's just natural. Definitely 2 completely different environments, the UK and America, but it's nice to be closer to home now, playing football close to home, where my family get more of an opportunity to come watch me play. So yeah, it's nice to be close to home, but definitely culture shock between the 2 locations.
Never mind that American lingo. What about the Belfast lingo? What have you learnt so far? Maybe me and Ellen can teach you some as the show goes on.
I'm gonna need a lot more practice, but I've honestly found it a little difficult to understand at times because you guys speak pretty fast.
Really?
I do have to concentrate a lot more than I would speaking to a fellow Brit, but yeah, no, it's funny. I don't think I've picked up any specific language yet, but only time will tell.
Oh, I can guarantee you that will change in your time here, that you will definitely have picked up our lingo. I think we will have to start talking Belfasty and all our local slang now. But it's been a great start to the season for Camlough in a new division. What's that been like? Was it a bit of a jump?
Yeah, it definitely was a bit of a jump. Like, we won Division 1 and then we came second and then got promoted. And then there was a wee bit of like, well, we're going to get promoted because there was so many teams up in the championship already. So it was a bit like, are we going to get up or are we going to stay down? But then we got told we were going up. And it was just like, it was scary. Like, all the girls were a bit like, oh, it's championship level now. Like, 1 away from the Premiership was just a wee bit like scary. So started league, we were maybe a wee bit nervous to start with. Like, the first game was 2-1, so it was a wee bit nervy. But I think the more the league goes on, the more we'll get confident. We normally do the second half of the league anyway. We normally do better in anyway. So it's just see how it goes.
I'm sure it probably feels like a lifetime ago from you now, but Division 1 last year was so tight. Couldn't tell between you and Plunkett who was going to go ahead. And how was it feeling? I know you were runners up in the end, but whenever you got the all clear that you were going up, you said it was nervy, but surely you were so excited then.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I didn't start the season last year for Camlough. I was playing for Ballyclare at the start of the season. But when I went back to Camlough, they were doing good and they were sacking most of the way. And then it was like we had to play St.Oliver's, and if we won, we would have went top. But we drawed with them, which meant they actually went top. But then it was just we got told we were going up after them. We were celebrated, like we were happy. But then it was just like mindset now, and we were in the championship. Like, we couldn't believe it. And then we won the League Cup, but like we would have wanted to win the league more. But now it's just working in championship, like.
And personally, your performances, you'll be more humble than I can be about you, but they've been great so far. You've been flying. Those free kicks, I don't know how you do it.
I know the performances, like, I've been training a lot in pre-season, like, and working a lot on the free kicks. Like, I've always loved taking free kicks, but just working on them to get them perfect. And that one in St. James, it just showed that actually the practice has been playing off.
And Maddy, I don't know, you obviously haven't been over here for very long, but you've also scored since you've been here. What was that feeling like?
It's always great to get on the score sheet, and especially from the left back position. I'm rarely on the score sheet, so it's always nice that initial feeling, the buzz of the ball going in the back of the net is great. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who scores. I mean, it's a great personal feeling, but yeah, team goal is always great to celebrate.
You've kind of set the standards quite high though, because you scored your first game, so all eyes will be on you come your second game now.
Yeah, expectations are high for me personally, but I want to keep being able to contribute things like goals, assists from any position that I play. So yeah, standards high. Started on a high, and I hope to continue that.
And before you moved to Larne, what did you know about the team?
Not a whole lot, honestly. I knew that it was a pretty young squad in comparison to other teams in the league. I knew that they were trying to make the squad more competitive, and that was kind of the aim for me and some of the other girls from America coming in. So that was obviously our main focus in helping the squad be more competitive, getting more experience involved in the team. And bringing some of the experience that we got from America, from previous clubs in England. So yeah, I didn't know a whole lot, but I think getting to know the girls of the previous game and the time we've spent here has definitely been beneficial, but it's only going to get better when we get to know each other more.
And what about those other teams? How difficult is it to learn about all the different teams and where they are in the leagues, etc.?
It's tough because we're used to obviously scouting other teams from leagues in America, but now coming over here, not knowing a whole lot about the league in Northern Ireland, the Women's Premiership, not knowing a whole lot about it is hard, but we're picking it up piece by piece as we tackle different opponents each week. So yeah.
Well, we're going to give you the opportunity to see some local football. It might not be the Premiership, but we're going to head over and see the highlights from an NIWFA Championship game.
What's on the back? What's the tag coming in?
Ellen, obviously we saw 2 championship teams there, 2 teams that you've played one of them. St.Oliver Plunkett came up with you, a team that you know very well, and that game early on this season was a good contest.
Yeah, it definitely was. Like we played against them last year, and every time we play against them, it's always a good match. Like we played against them 2 years in a row now, and this is third year now, and every time we play against them, it's always going to be a good game. It's always a tight game. It's always, you never know who's going to win. Like we played them in the first year, Division 2 we played them, and it was like we won the league that year, but they beat us in the League Cup final, and then the next year they beat us in the league and we beat them in the League Cup. So it was just back and forth like. So this year we played them and we came out winners for the first game anyway at home, so that was good. First home game, first win, so that was good. But yeah, they're always a good opponent to play. Like I always enjoy playing them.
You said there with them that you never know who's going to win, but it's kind of like that with the whole league this year. It's so hard to tell, even though we're quite a bit in now.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like we played against Bangor and we were expecting like a hard game. And the first half we were actually we defended really well. I have to say we actually defended really well. And the first goal that went in for Bangor, it was disappointing. It was just a wee bit it wasn't anyone's fault. Our keeper couldn't get the catch. It was good for a kick from Amber but then we got the equaliser in the second half, and then they got a last minute winner again. Amber was a great goal from Amber again. She's just a goal scorer. If you give her any space of time, she'll score.
It wouldn't be like Amber to be in the score sheet at all.
No, definitely not. No, she's some player. I have to give her it. But Bangor it's a good team. It was a good challenge. It showed us what championship's about. Showed us it's not going to be like Division 1 anymore. It's going to be hard, and we're going to have to fight for results this year, and not have 5 or 6-0 wins this year. It's going to be tight matches.
And now you've got somebody who's in the Premiership beside you. Does that give you the kind of motivation to push on that Camlough could do it?
Yeah, definitely. I think, might not this year, but definitely the next couple of years, I think Camlough could be pressing to get up in that Premiership. Definitely just getting the girls more Championship level football, learning that different styles of football in the Championship now and different ways to play, and more of the tactical side of the football now, not how to win matches and how to keep results, instead of if you're drawing, instead of trying to get the win, keep the draw and get the point. It's more just learning that side of football now. So definitely I think Camlough could do it in a couple of years.
And Maddy, you might not have any NIWFA experience, but so far your career, for somebody who's only 23, you've had such a career. You've obviously played for Chelsea. I know Colin off camera is fanboying the fact that you played for Chelsea. What was that experience like?
It was unmatched. I played for a local grassroots boys team growing up until I was about 9 or 10. Loved that, but then moved to my first girls team. And then I was at another club before I moved to Chelsea, but it wasn't until I moved to Chelsea that my career really kick-started. The facilities, the coaching staff, the teammates that I have were next level. I don't think I would have got that many other places. Very fortunate for that, obviously, but worked hard for that, and obviously had 5 years of hard work, hard graft to open up some opportunities to then head to America. But my time at Chelsea was amazing. Wouldn't change it for the world, and it really helped me grow in confidence as a football player, and also kind of cement my identity as a player.
Go on, this is your opportunity to name drop. Who did you hang out with when you were at Chelsea? Tell us all the players. You're a Chelsea fan too, aren't you?
Man City.
Oh,
yep.
Well, actually, you've better taste than every Chelsea fan. Who did you see when you were over there?
So I actually played several seasons with Lauren James on the England national team now. Alessia Russo, she's from my hometown. She played for Chelsea for a good span of years. So being in and around those kind of players was amazing. And at that time, we were just youngsters that loved football, didn't really know or understand where we could take it. And now seeing them on the biggest stage it's good motivation for me, because I know that I've been at the level that they have played at. So it's motivation for me because I know that there's a path ahead of me. But it was cool getting to know some of those girls, play with them, and learn from them.
We'll talk about that American experience in a minute, but now you're back, you've got your 5 years. Is that motivation just to get back in that top tier of women's football over in England?
100%. Knowing that I've played in the Chelsea youth setup, being in that elite environment, I definitely want to get back to that level, whether it's in the women's WSL, the championship. I want to be at that level because I know that I can play at that level, because a lot of my old teammates, they're in and around those teams, they're really thriving in that environment, so I know that it's a place that I hope to end up close to home and just loving football.
It's going to be a really exciting time for you, but I'm sure you'll still have one eye on how Larne are going to finish the season.
Oh, 100%. We've obviously got a short spell, me and the other girls from America, at Larne this season, but we're going to give it everything we've got. We want to help the team in any way we can. And then I'll definitely be following how the team progress throughout the league, throughout the season, and obviously cheering them on.
Now you've met Ellen, you have to have a look for Camlough as well in the championship,
yeah.
See if they can get promoted. And it's a huge time for Camlough as well. You know, they're building a new kind of ground and stuff. They're trying to progress. It's really exciting.
It definitely is. Like from where Camlough started a couple of years ago and to where they are now, like we've only been together really 4 or 5 years, and to be up for starting Division 4 and get up to Championship now in the space of 4 years, like it's really good. Like we played against First Division, we were in Division 4, we played against Lisbon Rangers, and I was actually too young to play that year, but I just remember the girls just telling themselves to keep it below double figures, and then we went up to Division 3. I played that year, we won Division 3, then straight ahead we went into Division 2, won Division 2, up to Division 1, came second and got promoted to Championship. So to be together and have the same amount of girls, we didn't get assigned really many 2 people, maybe 1 or 2, but we mostly kept the same girls the whole way up, so it's just bonding now. Now Championship, we're looking to get a couple of new players hopefully, and just to make the team bigger, just to have more subs, and hopefully, you know, and the grounds definitely, we have a good ground now, just getting more change room facilities, like more toilets, and maybe just the pitch, get a pitch better, like.
I said before that I hadn't been to Camlough until the start of the season. I think this is the kind of ground that you need to try and see before you go, but I was getting lost through Camlough, but it's such a great setup, you know, even without the work that's going to be done. It's really good that, like, that you've got those facilities that if you did make the Premiership, you know, you've kind of got such a good starting progress to go to. Definitely,
like we have loads of people around that's volunteers, like to help with the grass pitch and everything. The grass pitch is a wee bit hard to keep going, like keep good, because there's just the winter time and everything and rain, so it's just getting the cut and everything, and yeah, it's really good, like. And you must feel lucky that you've kind of got that community around the club that kind of stick together. Yeah, definitely, it's really good to have community that comes together to help fix whatever needs fixed around the club, the fence, the grass, whatever. And I hear somebody's dad's involved in the club as well. Yeah, he does all the cutting of the grass, you know. What's that like with your dad, just so close to the team? So close. He's always every time I'm on the pitch, he's at the pitch. So if I'm at the pitch, he's not too far away. He's on the lawnmower cutting the grass. So I see him every 2 seconds. And what about during the game? Is he kind of shouting you, like, go closer to her or tackle her? Do you know what? He used to be all shouting all the time, but now he's actually quiet down, and now I don't really hear him too much, but if it's a game and I'm not doing too good, and he'll shout at me, like. You'll hear him again. I'll hear him. I'm like, I'm not doing good. Oh dear. Well, hopefully you'll not hear that many of that this season. Hopefully. We're going to take another short break here in the studio and head over to Colin as he talks us through how Northern Ireland got on in their double header against Portugal. Over to you, Colin.
After having suffered a disappointing defeat in the air last week, the Northern Ireland national women's team hosted their Portuguese counterparts in the second of 2 back-to-back fixtures in the latest round of games in the UEFA Women's Euro 2025 qualifiers last week. In a game which saw manager Tanya Oxtoby make 3 changes from the previous encounter, things couldn't have got off to a better start for the hosts, as Northern Ireland broke the deadlock after only 5 minutes of play, following some super build-up work from Kerry Halliday and Simone McGill, who linked up well before placing a fantastic cross into the box, allowing Lauren Wade to tap home from close distance. What a start for the hosts. However, as the old adage states, sometimes it's best not to stir up the hornet's nest, and this indeed proved to be the case, as invariably it forced Portugal into action, and they went on to dominate the game after this early setback. Northern Ireland worked hard throughout thereafter, but goals from Kika Nazareth on 18 minutes and a deflected strike from Andrea Norton on 30 minutes turned the game on its head. Northern Ireland continued to battle hard after this, but ultimately they lacked the firepower to break down the Portuguese defence once again, with the visitors comfortably seeing out the game to win 2-1, and in doing so ensuring themselves confirmation of a spot in the playoffs from League B. As for Northern Ireland, we now find ourselves third in the group with 2 must-win games, away to Malta on the 12th of July and home to Bosnia and Herzegovina on the 16th of July, still to come. Finally, we extend our congratulations to goalkeeper Jackie Burns, who reached her 50th cap in the game against Portugal. Well done, Jackie.
Thank you, Colin, for that. Maybe not the result that Northern Ireland wanted, but definitely a lot of progression, and it's going to be exciting to see how they get on in July. Ellen, you've had experience in Northern Ireland underage levels, and I hear about these magic gloves even go with you in those travels.
Yep, definitely. Went to Israel with the Northern Ireland under 17s, and it was 35 degrees heat and still had my gloves on. They're just lucky. Went to Turkey as well with under 17s and gloves on as well. So it's just, I don't take them off. I feel like if I take them off, I'll play bad. So it's not one match I play without them.
Where did it start from? Did you just one game decide you're going to wear gloves?
It actually started when I started watching Juan Mata, and he was always wearing gloves, and I don't know, I started wearing gloves and I just felt like I was doing so much better with the gloves on, and they haven't come off since.
So you have to thank him for the success.
Definitely.
Is that kind of one of your role models that you would look up to then?
Yeah, definitely. Mata was always one of my role models the whole way up. Going up, and then it was going over the girls team and everything, and then it was Ellen White. I loved Ellen White going up too. So, but Juan Mata will always be the best role model.
So the gloves will stay on for the rest of your career then, yeah?
Definitely, yep.
And you've had experience with England in the schools side. I'm sure that was a great experience as well.
Yeah, I played for England schools under 15s, and we had some pretty good experiences with that. We travelled to Portugal to play at Benfica's ground, so that was really, really awesome experience. We also travelled to Dublin for the Bob Doherty tournament. So yeah, some pretty good experiences with that, and obviously I got to play with some great teammates. We were playing at pretty elite level, so yeah, it was good to share the pitch with some of those girls and have those experiences.
So you'd already been to Ireland before you came over to sign for Larne then, because you'd been at Dublin then?
Yes, only on that one occasion. So, and especially on football trips, you don't really see much outside of the football pitches, the hotels. So it's nice to be back, sightseeing a bit more in a different city. So yeah.
Can you remember if it was actually dry when you were over, or if it was just the amazing weather we get of rain and more rain?
I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure any photo we took, I don't think the sun was out.
What is the sun? We don't understand that over here. When was the last time you seen it now?
I don't know, to be honest. I can't tell you.
And getting involved in that England squads again, would that be something that you're interested in doing?
Oh, 100%. I'll always have my eye on the squad, always trying to push to reach new levels, never closing the door on that. And obviously it's such a great experience to have when you're young, because it gives you so much experience, it gives you so much confidence in your own game. But yeah, definitely always striving for more personally and as a team collective wherever I am.
And Ellen, similar question to yourself. I know it's a silly question. Everybody wants to play for their international team, but you saw the Northern Ireland team there. You know, they're really pushing against teams like Portugal. You must want to get a bit of that and push on and be in that squad.
Yeah, definitely. Would always want to play. Dream has always been to play for the country, like played underage. So definitely want to aim to get into that squad sometime. Played for the senior futsal squad. So really want to play for that senior football squad, like.
Do you wear those gloves playing futsal?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I'm definitely coming. I was saying, like, it'd be so easy to pick you out. You know, if the stream's not good, I'll know where you are. So
yeah, that's definitely it.
And you must have had a lot of experience travelling with that futsal squad, and that World Cup's coming up not too far away now.
Yeah, I went to Belgium. It was the first time I went away with them. Well, actually, no, sorry, I went to Scotland with them first, and then the second one went to Belgium with them, and then played against Belgium at home there. Recently there. So yeah, the World Cup's coming up, so yeah, definitely want to try to get into that squad. Back training in August, so definitely want to try to keep working hard. It's different going from futsal to football. It's different mindset and everything, so you have to remember you're playing futsal and not football, and there's different rules and you have to use different posture of feet, and it's just trying to get that mindset that you're actually playing futsal, not football, and then opposite way, you're playing football, not futsal. So it's just kind of when the league's still going, you're training for both. You kind of just have to try that when you're in futsal, you're futsal, and in football, you're football. So it's just kind of confusing sometimes.
Maddy, is futsal a thing over in England, or is it not as big?
It is, and sometimes we would use it as a different form of training just to mix up some of the training we would do as teams, but I don't think it's as common, but I have played it and it's pretty enjoyable. But I get what you say about how the rules are different. Obviously you're playing with a different ball too, so you've got to be flexible and adaptable to the different styles of the game, but it's a fun game.
Maybe something else you can do when you're down there. It's handy to you though, because the ground that Northern Ireland playing is in Uri, so run the quarter for you, not so handy for you. And you've not got that many games, I think it's 6, did you say, before you leave again. Do you know any of those fixtures, any you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to them all. We've got a good mix of challenges, some games that we know we can win. But obviously stepping into any game, we're going to go in looking to enjoy it, obviously. Play our best brand of football and just get the results that we want. But yeah, looking forward to each game as it comes.
You said you want to really help the team push forward while you're here, but personally, what would your goals be in Northern Ireland, apart from learning the local lingo?
So for me, it's a great opportunity to dive straight into senior football. It's something that I haven't been exposed to as much in the past, so it's definitely a great step for me to get some game fitness, some minutes under my belt before I try and transition back home to a professional team. So the ultimate goal is to just put myself in the best position to hit the ground running in pre-season back home with hopefully a professional team.
Exciting to see how you get on. And Ellen, what about for yourself? What would your personal goals be? It's harder for you because your season's already a good bit in, but what would your personal goals be?
Just keep trying to get goals for Camlough and just try to help Camlough in the best way to try to get as high up the league as we can and try to push to get into this futsal World Cup squad and just to keep working hard.
Many free kicks in the back of the net?
I aim for, let's say, 6 this year. This season.
We'll watch this back at the end of the season.
Yeah.
We'll say belter free kicks. Yeah. Belter. No,
yeah.
No, belter means great. So.
Yeah, I got that one.
That's it for this episode of the Northern Ireland Women's Football Show. Thank you for sticking with me and my croaky voice, and I will be back hopefully with a normal voice in 2 weeks' time. But for now, it's goodbye.